Morning, my name is Beth Rocker and I am the Praying Yogi. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a brief beginner yoga sequence. I hope that you enjoy it. Begin in an easy seated pose with your hands on your knees. Your eyes closed, your chin parallel to the floor. Roll your shoulders up and back, away from your ears, and relax. Begin by breathing in through your nose and out through your nose, drawing your mind and body inward. Following the air through your body. As you breathe in, feel it in the back of your throat, your chest, your ribs, and your abdomen. And it leaves your body. Feel your abdomen, your ribs, your chest contract. Allow any thoughts to come in and leave your mind. Acknowledge them, but return to your breath, being present in this moment. Slowly lower your chin toward your chest. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Feel the stretch in the back of your neck. Roll your right shoulder to your right ear, lowering your left shoulder. Breathing into the side space of your neck, allowing those muscles to relax. Bring your chin back to your chest and then roll to the opposite side. Ear to shoulder, drawing the opposite shoulder down. One more time, chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder. Draw your left shoulder down. Breathe into that space. Draw your chin towards your chest. Roll your head to the opposite side. Left ear to left shoulder, drawing your right shoulder down. Breathing in and out through your nose. Bring your chin to your chest. One more time. Slowly rise up, bringing your chin parallel to the ground. Blink your eyes open. Bring your left hand to the mat beside you, your right arm overhead for a side stretch, reaching, keeping both hips grounded into the ground. On your next inhale, rise up, both arms overhead. Bring your right arm to the mat beside you, and then stretch toward your left, keeping both hips grounded into your mat. Inhale, rise up, both arms overhead. Exhale, side stretch. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, side stretch, right hand to the ground beside you, stretching. Inhale one more time, both arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, place your left hand on the mat and reach with your right arm. Inhale, both arms up overhead. This time as you exhale, twist towards your right, bringing your right arm behind you and your left hand to your right knee. And with every exhale, allow yourself to melt a little more into the twist. Holding and breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. On your next inhale, rise up, bringing both arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, twist the opposite direction. Left arm behind you, right hand to left knee, looking out over your left shoulder. Inhale, up, both arms up overhead. Exhale, twist toward the right. Holding here for a couple of breaths. Inhale, rise up, both arms up overhead. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, rise up, both arms overhead. And then bring your hands to your heart in prayer. Bring your thumbs to your chest, your chin parallel to the floor, relaxing your shoulders, breathing here. Bring yourself to your hands and your knees, tabletop. Your wrists will be directly under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Your knees about a hips width apart. Your toes pointed behind you. As you inhale, arch your back. Pull your chest forward, looking ahead. And then as you exhale, push down into the mat, round your back, bring your chin to your chest for some cat-cow. Inhale, arch your back. Looking forward. Exhale, round your back, pushing down into your hands, chin toward chest. Inhale, arch your back. Chest forward, looking ahead. Exhale, round your back, chin to chest, pushing into your hands. Return to tabletop. Bringing your right foot out behind you, placing your toes on the mat and pushing your heel away from you. Bring some movement by just rocking back and forth, waking up your calf and your hamstring. Pause. Bring your right leg up so that it is parallel to the ground. If you feel stable and balanced, bring your left arm out in front of you. Breathing here, in through your nose, out through your nose, and return to tabletop. Opposite side, bring your left foot behind you, place your toes on the mat and push down back into your heel. Rock back and forth. Wake up your hamstring, your calf. Find some stillness. Slowly lift your leg up off the ground, bringing it parallel to your mat. And then opposite arm out in front of you, right arm out. Pushing your left heel away from you and your fingers reaching the opposite direction. Breathing in through your nose, out through your nose. Return to tabletop. Bring your toes to touch and your knees as wide as the mat. Push your hips set back toward your heels. Bring your arms out in front of you and your forehead to the mat for child's pose. At any point throughout the practice, if you're feeling tired or you need a rest, you can always return to this pose. Slowly make your way back to hands and knees. Wrist under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Your fingers spread apart and your pointer fingers pointing to the front of your mat. Bring your knees back 2 to 3 inches and curl your toes under. On your inhale, lift your knees up off the ground, and as you exhale, push your hips up and back for down dog. Bend your knees. Straighten your right knee and then your left. Walking your dog. Bringing life to your hamstrings, your hips, your pelvis. Find some stillness in your down dog. And then slowly walk your hands back to your feet. And come into a forward fold. Inhale halfway with your chest parallel to the floor. Your hands to your shins. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, rise all the way up with a flat back. Bring your arms up overhead. And then your hands to your heart in prayer. Walk to the front of your mat. And stand tall in mountain pose with your knees over your ankles, your pelvis over your knees, your shoulders over your pelvis, your chin parallel to the floor. Allow your hands to hang down beside you. Imagine a string at the back of the crown of your head pulling you up and lengthening your spine. Take a moment here in Tadasana or standing mountain pose. We're going to go through 3 rounds of a half sun salutation. So on your inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway, hands to shins, chest parallel to the floor, monkey pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, bring your arms wide, twist toward your right. Inhale, bring your arms back up to center. Exhale, bring your arms wide, twisting to the left. Inhale to center. Hands to heart in prayer. 2 more of those. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway to monkey pose, hands to your shins, chest parallel to the floor. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up, bringing your arms overhead. Exhale, bring your arms wide, twisting to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, bring your arms wide, twisting to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, hands to heart in prayer. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway to monkey pose, hand to shins, chest parallel to the floor. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up with a flat back, arms wide overhead. Exhale, twist wide to the right. Bring your arms beside you. Inhale to center. Exhale, bring your arms wide, twist to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, hands to heart in prayer. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. And then take a cleansing breath. So breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. One more time. In through your nose and out through your mouth. So come to a wide stance on your mat. To check to make sure your stance is wide enough. Bring your arms out wide. Point your fingers down. The outsides of your feet should be right about where your fingertips are. Bring your hands to your hips. Turn your right toes so they're pointing to the short end of your mat. Bring your right knee over your ankle, keeping your pelvis wide to the mat, the long side of the mat, without turning this front knee in. Don't let yourself push out on that left hip. Just draw it in. Then bring your arms out wide for warrior two, looking out over your front middle finger. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. And breathe here. Bring your right forearm to your right thigh and bring your left arm up overhead for extended side angle. Breathing here, in through your nose and out through your nose. Return to warrior two. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten your right knee, turn your toes back in so they're facing the long side of the mat, and then turn your left toes out so that they're pointing to the short side of the mat. Bring your left knee over your right ankle, keeping your hips open to the long side of the mat. Bring your arms out wide. Look out over your front middle finger. Breathing here. Strong warrior two. Bring your left forearm to your left thigh and then raise your right arm up overhead for extended side angle. Breathing here. Come back up to warrior two. Look out over your front middle finger. Bring your hands to your hips. Straighten your knee. Turn your toes back inward. From here, with your hands on your hips, draw in a deep breath, bringing some length to your spine, and then fold forward with a flat back. Bringing your hands to the ground or to your shins, whatever's accessible to you. Breathing in through your nose, out through your nose. On your next inhale, walk your hands over toward your right foot. And you can hold onto your ankle or your shin. Just bringing a twist to your right angled forward fold. And then walk your hands back towards center and then to the left side. And then come back to center. Bring your hands to your hips and slowly rise all the way up back to standing. And then heel toe your toes back together, your feet back together, and come back to the front of your mat. Standing tall in Tadasana with your toes, big toes to touch. Your knees over your ankles, your hips over your knees, your shoulders over your hips, your chin parallel to the floor. And imagine that string pulling the back of the crown of your head up, lengthening your spine. Breathing here. From here, take your right foot back about 3.5 to 4 feet as if your feet were on train tracks, opposite train tracks. Your back foot toes are pointed to the right front corner of your mat. Your front toes are pointed to the front of the mat. Bring your front knee over your ankle. If it goes past your ankle, that means that you need to take just a little bit more of a step back. Your pelvis and your hips to be square to the short side of the mat. Find a drishti looking forward and bring your arms up overhead for warrior one. Relaxing the shoulders away from your ear, drawing your navel into your spine. And breathing here. Slowly return your hands to your hips. Straighten your front knee. Fold forward, bringing your chest parallel to the ground. And grabbing your left shin with your hands. Pushing your front hip back in space slightly so that it'll bring your right back hip closer to the front of the mat so that your pelvis is square to the front of the mat. Breathing here in pyramid. Slowly rise up, return your hands to your hips and step forward to the front of your mat. All right, we'll do the opposite side. So this time stepping back with your left foot. Your right toes pointing to the right front of your mat, or your front toes will point to the front of your mat. Your back toes the left front corner of your mat. Bring your front knee over your front ankle. Again, if it goes past your front ankle, you just need to take a little bit wider of a step. Pointing both hips to the front of the mat. Finding a place to stare or a drishti, and then raising your arms up overhead for warrior one. Relax your shoulders away from your ears and breathe here. Drawing your navel into spine. Bring your hands to your hips. Straighten your front knee. Slowly fold forward with a flat back. Bringing your hands down. You can grab to your shin or your ankle, or maybe you can touch the floor, or if you have blocks nearby, bringing your blocks onto either side of the foot. Push your front hip back in space slightly, drawing your back hip forward so that your pelvis is square to the front of the mat. And breathing here in pyramid. On your next inhale, bring your hands to your hips and slowly rise up, and as you exhale, step to the front of your mat. Standing tall in Tadasana. Standing mountain pose. Allowing your shoulders to relax away from your ears. We're going to return to half sun salutations. So inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway to monkey pose. Chest parallel to the floor, hands to the shins. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up, arms overhead with a flat back. As you exhale, bring your arms wide and twist toward the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, bring your arms wide and twist toward the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, hands to heart and prayer. One more time. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway, chest parallel to the floor, hands to shins for monkey pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up, arms overhead. Exhale, bring your arms wide and twist to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, bring your arms wide and twist toward the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, hands to heart and prayer. One more time. Inhale, rise up, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway, chest parallel to the floor. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, arms overhead with a flat back. Exhale, bring your arms wide and twist to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, bring your arms wide and twist to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, hands to heart and prayer. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Sink your hips back as if you're sitting into a chair. When you look down, you should still see your toes. Relax your shoulders away from your ear. Breathe here. Fold all the way down. Inhale halfway. Chest parallel the floor, hands to your shins. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your arms wide and twist to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, open your arms wide and twist to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, hands to heart and prayer. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Place your hands on the front of the mat and step back into hands and knees. Stand tall on your knees and bring your right foot forward to low lunge. Finding a drisky or a focal point to stare at that's not moving, bring your hands to your knees, chin parallel to the floor, and draw your navel to your spine. Breathing here in low lunge. Bring your arms up overhead. And then bring them back to a goalpost position. Twist towards your right. Come back to center. Twist toward your left. Come back to center. Turn your hands to your knee. Back to low lunge. Breathing here. And then come back to your hands and knees. And switch sides. Bringing your left leg forward for low lunge. Scooting your back knee back so you have a good stretch in your quad. Place both hands on your knees. Pull your navel into your spine, drawing your belly button in. Breathing. Relax your shoulders away from your ears so your chin is parallel to the floor. And breathe here. Bring your arms up overhead. And then to goalpost. Twist, bringing your chest to the left. And then back to center. And then to the right. And then back to center. And then your hands to your knees. Breathing here in low lunge. And then return to hands and knees. Swing your knees around. Come back to an easy seated position. Pulling the flesh away from your sits bones. Placing your hands on your knees. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Your chin is parallel to the floor. Take a moment here to breathe. On your next inhale, bring length to your spine as if there's a string pulling the back of your head toward the sky, and then fold forward, leading with your chest, keeping your chin tucked back so that your neck's in line with the rest of your spine. On your next inhale, rise up. Switch your legs so the opposite leg is in the front. Bring your hands to your knees. Inhale, bring length to your spine. Exhale, leading with your chest, folding forward. Tucking your chin back in space so your neck's in line with the rest of your spine and relaxing your shoulders. And then inhale, rise all the way up. Come to a seated position with your legs straight out in front of you. Pull the flesh away from your sits bones. Place your hands on either side of your hips. point your toes back at you and you can bend your knees slightly. Inhale, bring length to your spine, arms overhead. And then as you exhale, fold forward, leading with your chest into a forward fold. With your hands on your shins or your ankles, or if you can reach your toes or your feet, that's great too. Meet your body where it is. Only go as far as your body can feel the stretch, no pain. Tuck your chin back in space so the neck's in line with the rest of the spine. Relax your shoulders away from the ears and breathe here. Paschimottanasana. On your next inhale, rise all the way up. Keeping your right foot extended, bringing your left foot in so the sole of your left foot is on the inside of your right thigh. Turn your chest so that your chest is pointed toward your toes and your toes are pointed back toward your chest. Inhale, bring length to your spine. Exhale, fold forward, walking your hands. Leading with your chest and not your chin. Tuck your chin back in space so that your neck's in line with the rest of your spine. And hold here, breathe. On your next inhale, rise all the way back up and switch it out, extending your left leg in, out, bringing your right leg in so the right sole of your right foot is on the inside of your left thigh. Turning so that your chest is pointing toward your toes toward your chest. Inhale, bring length to your spine. Fold forward, leading with your chest like there's a string pulling the inside of your heart toward your toes. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. If you need to relieve a little tension in your back, you can bend your knee a little. Only going as far as your body feels the sensation, no pain. And then breathe here. Relaxing with each exhale. On your next inhale, rise all the way up. And as you exhale, make your way to your back. If you have a block handy, bring that with you. Lay flat on your back. The soles of your feet on your mat and your knees pointed toward the ceiling or the sky. And your hands beside you, palms down. Roll your right shoulder under, and then your left. And then as you inhale, pull your hips up for bridge. Breathing in through your nose, out through your nose, and then slowly lower down. We're going to do that one more time. This time, as you inhale and you lift up your hips, take the block, if you have it, or your rolled up mat, place it under your sacrum for supported bridge. Breathing here. Point your right toes to the ceiling, and then your left coming into a supported legs up the wall. Breathing in through your nose, out through your nose, or take a cleansing breath if you need to. Slowly lower your left foot back to the mat, and then the right, and then on your tiptoes, pushing your hips up, removing the block, and bringing your pelvis back to the mat. From here, draw your knees in for a knee hug, Apanasana. Maybe roll back and forth, massaging your low back. And then extending into a full Savasana corpse pose, allowing your feet to fall to the side. If you feel like you need more grounding, you can have your palms facing the ground or facing up if you're open to receive. Allow your body to settle in and relax. Your forehead getting softer, your eyelids getting heavier. Soften your cheekbones and your jawbones and drawing your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Allow your shoulders to relax and the tension to melt away as you can feel your back and chest and upper torso completely supported by your mat. Allow your pelvis, your hips, your thighs to get heavy and your knees to just fall away. Your calves and your shins, your ankles and your toes. Let go of the tension and enjoy these last few moments of Shavasana. Slowly come back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Doing some circles with your ankles and your wrists.